Most trail centres apply a grade system to their trails, and although they can be a useful guide, they aren't always consistent from one centre to the next. If you're new to an area or trail centre, looking at the terrain can help give you an idea of what the trails are like. It's useful to try out the skills loop first, which show the level of features you can expect at each grade. Or if in doubt, ride a grade lower than you normally would. Green are often referred to as family trails and are usually quite flat, well surfaced and wide enough to accommodate two abreast riding, buggies and tag-alongs. They don't tend to include single track sections or tight corners and will usually stick to forest fire roads, suitable for all abilities, ages and often rideable on hybrid bikes. There's a large amount of discrepancy at this grade between trail centres. Many blue routes are just a slight step up in distance or amount of climbing from a green, but stick to similar well-surfaced and wide tracks. At other centres though, the blue routes are genuine mountain bike trails, with single track and even some roots and rocks. However, there shouldn't be any unavoidable drops or especially technical descents. If you're new to a centre and the blue trails aren't too long, try riding one as a warm-up. It can often be the best way to assess the level of a centre. Red are often described as being suitable for fit and technically proficient mountain bikers. Expect a reasonably significant amount of climbing, plenty of single track, and depending on the terrain, some fast and technically challenging descending. Trail surfaces will be rough with exposed roots and rocks. Trail features such as jumps, berms, drop-offs and boardwalk sections should also be expected. Although generally on red grade trails, most of these should be rollable. Suitable for skilled and experienced mountain bikers only. As well as tough technical climbs and long distances, you should also expect to come across unavoidable trail features such as jumps and drop-offs that aren't rollable at slow speeds. High levels of fitness are also required as you don't want to be pushed to your physical limits when your technical riding skills are being challenged. Orange trail markers usually indicate bike parks and downhill runs. On the latter, expect steep, extremely fast and technically challenging trails built especially for long travel, full suspension downhill bikes. There will often be separate push-up trails or an uplift service and riders will be fully kitted out in full-face helmets and body armour. Within a bike park there are often different levels of runs, tracks and obstacles, so if in doubt, start with the easiest ones. If there are no indications to level, spend some time watching other riders on them. It's important to note that these grades are only an idea of the terrain you might find, and it can vary slightly from trail to trail. Importantly, trails in Scotland tend to be slightly more advanced than a trail of the same grade in the south of England.